Well, if you're a frustrated parent who's trying to get your child to eat, or if you just want a good laugh on Instagram, the Feeding Littles account is there for you. It's run by occupational therapist and feeding specialist Judy, Delaware, and dietitian and business partner Megan. They're up to 1.7 million followers. On top of that, they have a new New York Times best-selling cookbook out now. Judy, welcome to the program.
Good morning. Hi, Dave. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Judy, you star in these videos, in many cases acting out what you're trying to communicate. How did you come to realize that you wanted to be an occupational therapist with a specialist in teaching parents how to feed their children?
I've always had a passion for working with kids. When I was really little, I was just the babysitter in the neighborhood, knew what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I have a huge passion for just looking at kids and getting what's going on with them. So I think my special, superpower is I look at kids and I'm like, I know what they're thinking. And the parents are like, wait, what, how do you interpret that? And I feel like that's been my gift, and in my private practice, that's what I do.
And you're very busy. Thank you for taking this time to do this. I want to show folks at home one of your videos if you haven't seen Judy in Feeding Littles. This one I think is hilarious, about babies versus toddlers eating. So let's take a look at the video. Oh, it's just so well done, Judy. The music, everything is just cut together so wonderfully. How do you combine the humor with really trying to get potentially life-altering advice across to people who are watching?
It's sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a big flop. But what we do is we find the problem and we turn it into the solution, and we try to do that in 30 seconds. So doing a commercial like that is not exactly easy, but parents love when they realize that's what my kid's doing. And they say, did you have a camera in my kitchen? How did you know that that's what's happening? And I think it really helps parents decrease their stress and anxiety when they realize, I'm not alone. My kid does that. Your kid does that. And oh, this is how we can solve the problem. So, we see these problems. I hate to say that most of the problems that we talk about are not unique. Your kid is not all that special. All the kids do the same kind of thing. So it's all about hitting the mark and saying to parents, this is normal. Here's some solving problems. This is how you can do it. And of course, by adding humor, it's a home run.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, just things like this, offering family style, limiting snacking, understanding that if your child is in a cafeteria school setting, they're going to be distracted and it's kind of hard for them to eat. So you can go through these videos. I would encourage you today to go to Feeding Littles. You have another specific video, Judy, I want to talk about. It's holiday themed, but it's so relevant to every day. It's the baking one with young children and setting expectations. My wife and I are there now. Our 4-year-old wants to bake, but it's like, oh, the kitchen's going to get really messy. Talk to us about baking with children, Judy.
Absolutely. First thing first, lower your expectations. Just allow the mess to happen. You know what? There will be a point where your kids will not want to be in the kitchen with you. They'll be at their friend's house, or they'll be at their own apartment, or, away at college cooking with their friends. Make the memories now. Lower your expectations. It's a mess. You can clean it up, and think about what kids learn when they're doing that all on their own. You're giving them the autonomy, the independence, and they're learning, oh, I know where the measuring cups are. This is how I break an egg. You can teach them math skills. And you know what? It's fun. You want to make those memories, and you just got to let go of the mess. And again, lower your expectations and have fun. Be playful. Be a kid.
This is great. Judy, one last thing. I cannot forget about the cookbook. New York Times bestseller. It's called Feeding Littles and Beyond. Congratulations on that, by the way. How do you think this is going to help parents with children who are convinced, I can get my child to eat mac and cheese and that's it? How is this going to help?
Well, one of the things that you need to know about the cookbook is in the back, we have something that's called the visual index. And that visual index, if I can just open that fast enough, it really shows pictures of teaching parents what it's going to look like to serve the food on the tray for your kids. And these are really simple recipes. These are not just kid friendly. They're people friendly. You know, everything, again, getting kids into the kitchen, following some simple recipes, and making kids feel that ability to try something on their own with their parents, I think will help tremendously.
She is Judy Delaware. The account is Feeding Littles. Judy, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
We're getting a bite of romance for this week's Taste Test Tuesday. Speaking of food, I don't think we'll have any problem eating this food. No. Melting Pot giving us some ideas for Valentine's Day fondue when we come back.